Hello, people. I'm here to give some insight into the current events in the country of America and the reasons why we need a new system for immigration enforcement that respects the common American's civil rights. The question before us is not whether the United States should enforce its laws. The question is how we do so and whether our methods reflect our values. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, was created in 2003 in the aftermath of 9/11. It was designed to increase national security, but over the past 2 decades, ICE has grown into an agency whose practices routinely violate civil rights, undermine public safety, and betray the ideals America claims to stand for. That is why the United States should abolish ICE and replace it with a system that is lawful, humane, and effective. First, ICE has failed in its core mission. Despite enormous budgets and expanded authority, the agency has not made America safer. Multiple studies and law enforcement leaders have shown that immigrants, documented or undocumented, are less likely to commit violent crimes than native-born citizens. Yet ICE overwhelmingly targets nonviolent individuals, parents, workers, asylum seekers, and longtime residents with deep ties to their community. This misallocation of resources does nothing to improve public safety. Second, ICE operates with a dangerous lack of accountability. Detention centers under ICE oversight have documented patterns of abuse, medical neglect, prolonged detention without trial, family separation, and deaths that could have been prevented. Many of these facilities are privately run, profiting from human confinement while avoiding meaningful oversight. In a nation built on due process, no agency should have the power to detain people indefinitely with minimal transparency. Third, ICE erodes trust between immigrant communities and local law enforcement. When people fear that calling the police can lead to deportation, crimes go unreported, witnesses stay silent, and entire communities become less safe. Police chiefs across the country have warned that ICE's tactics undermine their ability to protect the public. A system that makes people afraid to seek help is not a system that works. Fourth, ICE's existence has normalized cruelty as policy. Raids at homes, courthouses, and workplaces terrorize families. Children grow up afraid that their parents will not come home. This is not collateral damage. It is the predictable outcome of an enforcement-first approach that treats human beings as problems to be removed rather than people deserving dignity. This is the result of the cartel hiring a specific type of person, untrained, uneducated, racist MAGA douchebags wearing masks that just want to wield a gun in public facilities to enforce immigration laws. Abolishing ICE does not mean abolishing immigration enforcement. It means replacing a broken, punitive agency with a smarter system. Immigration matters can be handled through civil processes with a focus on due process, legal representation, case management, and humane alternatives to detention. Border security can be managed by agencies with clear mandates, strong oversight, and respect for human rights. America has always been a nation shaped by immigrants. Our strength has never come from fear or exclusion, but from our commitment to fairness, opportunity, and the rule of law. When an institution consistently violates these principles, reform is not enough. It must be replaced. Abolishing ICE is not about being soft or radical. It is about being just. It is about choosing systems that reflect who we are and who we aspire to be. The measure of a nation is not how harshly it punishes the vulnerable, but how faithfully it upholds its values, even when it is difficult. It is time for America to choose dignity over fear, accountability over abuse, and justice over cruelty. Another reason America should abolish ICE is highlighted by what's happening right now in Sarasota County, Florida. On January 20th, 2026, the Sarasota County School Board passed a controversial resolution affirming cooperation and collaboration with immigration and customs enforcement, essentially stating that ICE can operate in public schools and that the district will not interfere with their actions when they are lawfully carrying out their duties. This move is deeply troubling for many reasons. Number one, schools should be safe havens, not places of fear and trauma. Students and families in Sarasota voiced that schools should be sacred places where children can focus on learning without the threat of federal enforcement lurking in the hallways. Allowing ICE to operate in these environments, even symbolically, sends a message that children whose families are undocumented do not belong and are not safe. Number 2, it creates fear and harms educational outcomes. Many students and parents protested the resolution precisely because it instills fear among immigrant families. When children worry that their parents and classmates might be detained or questioned at school, it undermines their ability to concentrate, engage, and feel secure. One student once said they don't want ICE in our school, and others raised concerns about fear overshadowing education. Number 3, it exacerbates distrust between immigrant communities and public institutions. Public schools are meant to provide equal access to learning, free of discrimination and harassment. By publicly affirming cooperation with ICE, the board signals that racialized enforcement has a place in educational spaces, which can discourage families from enrolling their children or engaging fully with their schools. Number 4, it reflects a broader misuse of law enforcement in civil institutions. ICE is a federal immigration enforcement agency, not a child welfare or educational support agency. Using schools, which have a constitutional duty to educate all children regardless of status, to implicitly welcome ICE blurs critical boundaries between community support systems and punitive enforcement. This Sarasota example shows that even local officials are tempted to bring immigration enforcement into places that should be neutral, supportive, and protective. That kind of policy not only harms immigrant families and children, it undermines the foundational belief that schools are for learning, not policing. When enforcement agencies are normalized inside classrooms, the principle that education should be a sanctuary for all students is compromised. I've said everything I needed to today. I hope that this changes your view on some things or educates you a little bit. I did my research on this, got some sources. I hope that you can spread this video to other people to educate them as well. The more views this video gets, the more people that will be seeing it. So spread this video in hopes that we can make America change.